Hi there, how are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for clicking on this video, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. You click this video because you want to understand how to talk to somebody in the talking stage in a way that helps you to get to know them better. I realize that a lot of the relational accidents we have is because we don't do our due diligence at the beginning. We let butterflies in our belly direct and lead us instead of running with logic and information. And I realized that as a people, if you're ever going to record successes in a relationship, if you're ever going to have satisfying long-term relationship, it starts from the foundation. It starts from how we started. It starts from the elements that are present at the beginning. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing conversation starters that will help you to get to know your partner better, potential partner better in the talking stage. Should you go ahead with this person or should you cut it off from the very beginning? Let's get right to it. Number one, open-ended questions. Let's start with open-ended questions. Now, open-ended questions are questions that encourage the other person to share more about themselves. When you're dating someone, you want to be intentional and purposeful and watch out for certain qualities before you decide if they're someone you can go with for the long haul, or if you need to abort the mission right away. Unfortunately, a lot of people suffer from social anxiety, lack conversational skills, do not know how to engage with you. They are very terrible conversationalists. And having a relationship with people like that will frustrate you, because guess what? You may be very expressive. You may want to talk about everything, but if they don't know how to talk, you will be choking them. Now, what are some of the open-ended questions you can ask? This will help you to know if the person you are dealing with is that shallow or deep. The shallow person, they may not be able to come up with anything really in particular because they're not given to things like that. They are very superficial and they don't have any substance whatsoever. But when you ask these questions and it tells you an answer, it tells you why it thinks it's the best advice it's ever received, you get an insight into his thought process. You get an insight into how he reasons, what he values in life, right? And this gives you an insight into his value system. I realized that when people are unhealthy or when they are desperate, they try to rush this process. This is where you can really build friendship, genuine friendship and affection with someone. As far as I'm concerned, talking stage should last for at least 3 months. At least 3 months. Because at the beginning, if mutual attraction is present, your emotions, butterflies are everywhere. You literally cannot hear yourself think, because what you're thinking of doing is getting your hands on this person or getting down with them or just getting inside of them. And so you don't talk about meaningful things that can help you determine if you want a future with this person. What you are focusing on are, what are you wearing tonight? Oh, you're so beautiful, you're so sexy. I can't wait to imagine your mouth on my mouth. Be mindful and very demure in the kind of conversation you're having with someone at the talking stage. If you're talking to a dude and you already can see that all he does is make sexual innuendos, he's always talking about your physical qualities, he's not trying to get to know you better, he's not asking you questions, he's not interested in getting to know you, you already know this person is all about my physicality, it's all about my body. If you're down with it, do you, girl. If you're not, just put a stop to it. Assert your boundaries and tell him, I am not interested. I do not appreciate the fact that you keep talking about my body. Kindly desist from doing that. If he's really interested in you, he's going to stay. If it's not, a conversation will dwindle. Will you feel the sting of that rejection? Yes, you will. But it is better that you feel the sting then than later in the future when he has gone over you multiple times and then eventually walks away and you'll be like, you used me and dumped me. Really? Did he? We say we want high value men. There are some men who are very, very hardworking. That's it. They have no life outside of that, outside of work. So they can come across as boring. They can be principled, they can be, visionary, they can have what they're doing in their lives, but outside of that, they have nothing more. That kind of person is, for me, is a red flag. Okay? You can never build actual friendship with the person because it's too business-like. This is where you know. Are they passionate about something else outside of work or outside of school? If they are not, you get to decide. Am I okay with this? Am I not? If you decide to go out with a person who is so focused on his business, don't complain eventually that he doesn't have time for you. All he talks about are seminars and certificates. You already know him from the get-go. That is who he is. See, talking stage helps you to decide who can journey with you and who cannot. And if you don't have these questions to help you filter out the chaff from the wheat, you will suffer the consequences. Are you with me? Okay? That's another question you can ask your talking stage potential partner. What other things are you passionate about outside work or school? Another one you can ask is, what's your favorite childhood memory? Now, the reason why we have so many toxic people in the dating pool is because of the childhood we all experienced. For a lot of people, they didn't have love at home. And so asking about their childhood experiences gives you an insight into their upbringing and values. For me, a deal breaker for me is a man who doesn't have a healthy masculine figure, a man who doesn't have a healthy relationship with his dad, a man who never saw what it means to be a man growing up. I cannot be that kind of person because I already know Yanni will suffer for it. Even if he tries as much as he could, he's a provider, he's a protector, emotionally he's going to be unavailable. Emotional intimacy will be out of the picture because he doesn't know how to be present for his own feelings, so he can never ever be in touch with yours. He will suffer for it, okay? This is someone you're already physically attracted to. Be very, very observant and don't wash over, don't whitewash stuff. Another open-ended question is, what's one goal you're working towards right now? It shows you're interested in their aspirations, right? And vice versa. In sharing your personal experiences, be guarded but authentic. Don't, in a bid to be open and transparent, now overshare. Tell your person you're talking to that your dad is not your biological father. He doesn't need to know. Oh, you aborted 2 times for your ex, for your last relationship. He doesn't need to know. Okay? It's none of his business. There are certain things that you don't share with people you don't have a deep bond with. You don't have a permanent thing with. Do you understand? Be open but guarded. Still assert your boundaries, uphold your boundaries. If you're trying to share stuff with your partner, you can discuss a personal struggle or fear, right? For me, I have a fear of failure and I have a fear of snakes. Leave me with a lion, but you see snakes, I beg, I cannot can it. I can't, okay? That's a fear I have. What's yours? And then it says, do you see, I've spoken just by myself for almost 20 minutes now. Imagine I'm doing this with a person. You will never run out of stuff to talk about. If you're dating somebody, they never talk to you. Anytime people see each other, it's just to eat and to knack and to go to cinema. You're not in a relationship. You're not in a relationship. Some men lack conversational skills. Some men have it. If you know that you cannot be with a person that doesn't talk, don't date them because you will suffer. Don't date a man thinking he's going to change in the future and learn how to talk to you. It's a lie. Learn people as they come, take them at face value and decide if you're okay with it. If you're not, move and go and choose somebody else. It's better to be single and happy than hooked and miserable. That's a motto I live my life by. Now let's talk about conversational red flags, right? These are signs that the conversation might not be going well. Number 1, lack of active listening. If you're talking to somebody and they're not even asking follow-up questions, it's a red flag. It shows that they're not listening to you at all. You just shared a very deep personal story with them and all they said was that's it. They didn't hear what you said. They did not, and it's a red flag. It means that they're not interested, they're not engaged, they're not giving your 100% attention, they're not listening to you. You're not. And me, I cannot be talking to you and I don't feel heard. If I realize that I said something to you and you just said something entirely different, you just said something else, shutting me out. Whatever it is I feel for you is already seeping out gradually. Open learning is going. It's gone. If I'm talking to you, I want to know you are engaged, you are locked in with me 240 because I am with you. Because if I'm giving you an energy, I'm expecting you to match it. My hypervigilant self picks up on cues very fast. If you're not paying full attention, I know. Whatever your text or whatever your chats, Better calls, I know. I will tell you that something has shifted. What is wrong? What happened to you? Nah. I grew up studying cues. So if at any point in time you're not giving your full attention, I know. And I will let you know that, oh, full attention there. And I'll stop talking. Okay? So, and that is because I am 100% engaged with you. I'm talking to you. I'm giving you my full attention. And I expect the same thing. If you cannot give me that, I'm sorry. We're not going anywhere. Okay. Another conversational red flag is superficial or shallow conversation. If all like I discuss with you is how are you, I'm fine, how was your day, was okay, how was work today, was nice, have you eaten? Yes, I have. And that's what we talk about. Most sorry, we are not going anywhere. It's a red flag. It's a red flag. It's a red flag. It's a red flag. It means that 1, you don't have sense. 2, you are not interested in getting to know me. 3, you basically have nothing to offer. And you might as well pack your bags and go. I don't care if you have all the money in the world. I cannot have meaningful conversation with you. Me will be saying my core need is connection, meaningful connection. I cannot give you that. I can't can it. This is why it's very important for you to know who you are, to know what your needs are in a relationship, your relational needs. I can never be with a man who doesn't know how to communicate with me, who doesn't know how to have deep conversations with me. If I cannot match up with you, we cannot be on the same frequency, vibe with you back and forth, you don't get my humor, you don't get my wit, you don't get my sarcasm, and vice versa. We are not going anywhere. We cannot work. We just cannot. We can't. Today, how was your day? Tomorrow, have you eaten? Next tomorrow, what did you do today? The day after, I can almost predict what you're going to ask me. What are we doing? What is this? That was one of the reasons why I broke up with my ex. Because at the outset, he was pretty curious, wanted to know about me. And the moment I agreed to date him, it just stops. And I mentioned it. I said, I realized that you stopped being curious. I no longer feel connected to you. I think the connection is lost. It's no longer there. I sensed it the very first week after I started dating. He denied it. I said, that's not true. The connection is no longer there. I no longer feel connected to you. The fact that this is long distance does not change anything. The connection is no longer there. I no longer feel connected to you. I'm an empath. I feel things deeply. If you didn't date, you didn't date. And if I'm telling you that this thing you didn't date, don't try to gaslight me because I know what I'm talking about. I'm much too self-aware to not know when something is not giving what it's not supposed to give. When something is not giving what it's supposed to give, actually. Are you with me? Superficial or shallow conversation is a red flag. It means the person's feelings don't run deep enough. If they cannot talk to you beyond the surface level, it means their feelings are only surface level. It's really that simple. And last but not the least, disinterest in getting to know you. That is another conversational red flag. How will you say you love me and you don't want to know me? What's that? To know me is to love me. You cannot love me, you not love me. What do you not love? You love what I can do. You love what I'm capable of. You love what I represent. You love my beauty, my body, and what I've done in the past, going by what you see on social media. But do you really know me? What you see right now is just Simi's vessel, but Simi is on the inside. And you never get to know who Simi is until you ask me questions. You are curious about who you are talking to. I don't understand how the boys of these days say they claim to love you and they're not interested in getting to know who they claim to love. I've been with people who were genuinely interested in my person, and I knew because they couldn't get enough of me. They wanted to know everything, and because they wanted to know, I felt safe enough to share with them, and I felt heard, I felt seen, I felt connected. I've only had that experience with one person in my entire life, and I still mention it till date. Unfortunately, a lot of men nowadays are not like that. A lot of women as well. You don't know how to ask people questions in a way that makes them feel like they matter, like they are special. If you're trying to get to know me, it tells me that this person really cares about me, wants to get to know who he or she is talking to. But if you're not making any attempt whatsoever, it tells me one thing and one thing alone. You only like the attention. You only like the access you have to me. You're not willing to pay the price of committing to the person you are talking to. And I ain't got no time for that. I don't have any time for it. I do not. Number 1, active listening and engagement. I have explained that earlier. Number 2, ask follow-up questions. Then show genuine interest and curiosity. I've explained that. Be genuinely interested in who you're talking to, except you're not interested. If you're not interested, don't fake it. If a guy is talking to you, it's not fine. You're not attracted to him physically, but it sounds nice. He has other qualities. Don't force it. Don't force it. Because, oh, he has money. He's nice to me. He's kind. I've never met someone like him before. He buys me stuff, but you don't like him. Don't force it. That's a hill I'm willing to die on. Don't stress people and take people for granted because they're interested in you. If you don't like them, cut off the mission. Abort it immediately. Okay? Let them know. And this whole thing of, you don't like somebody, but you are stringing them along, hoping things will change, or just stringing them along because you like the attention you are getting from them. Just let's stop this. Let's stop it. We are grown now. That's what little teenagers do because for the attention. If you are grown, you are in your late 20s, 30s, and a guy is talking to you but it doesn't really match your standard, it's not really your ideal partner, it's not really somebody you like to date or get married to, let them go. Let's be clear in conscience in how we relate to people who are interested in us, especially as females. We like attention a whole lot. Even if it's from people we don't even fancy, we will still entertain it, and that is very, very wrong. Allow people to know where they stand in your life, and if they want to stay, they can. If not, let them go. And with that, I've come to the end of my video for today. Thank you, Jesus. That's all about that. If you want to see more content like this, or you want to learn more about public speaking, how to communicate to people, how to be better at conversations, if you want to learn how to recognize emotional abuse, relationship content, just subscribe to my channel. I have a whole lot coming up on this channel, so do also subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my videos. Once again, I am Simi Williams. Thank you so much for watching. If this resonated with you, kindly drop a comment and we'll have a conversation about it. Bye.